Listen, you don't burn out because you're weak. You burn out because you don't know how to handle burnout. Let me tell you about Marcus, a 28-year-old SaaS founder I worked with last year. He was grinding 14-hour days, closing deals, scaling his team, doing everything the hustle culture tells you to do, but by 2 p.m. every day, his brain would completely shut down. He'd reach for his fourth Red Bull, stare at his laptop screen, and feel like he was pushing up a boulder up an increasingly steep hill just to work. That sound familiar? Here's what Marcus didn't understand, and what most entrepreneurs miss completely. The reason you burn out isn't because you're putting in the work on the front end, it's because the back end work to be able to handle this kind of workload doesn't match what you're requiring of your body. So eventually, you completely shut down. You lose all motivation to work on your business, and you find yourself in a brain foggy, confused slump. But you can't just rest, right? There are bills to pay, you got a team to lead, maybe kids to feed. But I'm here to tell you the answer to this problem is actually simpler than you think. Why grind until you die doesn't work. The whole grind until your face fall off trend, sacrificing health for work, isn't 100% sustainable for entrepreneurs. Don't get me wrong, I believe in grinding hard. But eventually it becomes an uphill battle when you start sacrificing good lifestyle habits for work. Think about it. If you were sick all the time, how much harder would it be to work? Significantly harder, right? If you had low energy all the time, how much harder would it be to focus, make decisions, lead your team? Do you see where I'm going with this? When you focus on adapting your lifestyle habits outside of work to meet the demands of your work, you achieve what I call burnout proof. Grinding isn't about neglecting your body to work harder. It's about changing your habits so that you can enable yourself to go harder for longer. So with that being said, here's the 4 pillars of burnout proof performance. Pillar number 1, strategic dopamine management. If you consume self-help content, you probably heard of a dopamine detox. But let me break this down specifically for entrepreneurs. Dopamine is your brain's reward system. Before technology, it came from natural sources like securing food, building tools, and creating value. Now, you pick up your phone, instant dopamine. You grab a snack, instant dopamine. This creates 3 critical problems for high performers. 1 is the lack of motivation to do harder tasks. 2 is increased susceptibility to distractions. And 3 is you develop a dependency on external sources for satisfaction. Here's what the research shows. Studies on dopamine regulation consistently demonstrate that individuals who limit cheap dopamine sources like social media consumption, junk food, mindless entertainment, and instead derive primary satisfaction from meaningful work show significant improvements in sustained attention, work persistence, and overall productivity. Neuroscience research has also established that when we flood our dopamine receptors with easy rewards, we literally decrease our motivation for more challenging but rewarding activities. This is especially problematic for entrepreneurs whose success depends on tackling difficult, uncertain tasks. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a monk, but you just need to control where and when you get your dopamine so your main source comes from the work that actually moves your business forward. So here's an action step. Implement dopamine windows. So these are specific times you allow yourself recreational dopamine while you keep your work hours clean and focused. Pillar number 2 is strategic nutrition and meal timing. The modern breakfast, cereals, pastries, high carb meals first thing in the morning is designed to create an energy crash so that you crave more food and you keep buying products. Research on post-meal glucose responses consistently shows that high carbohydrate meals, especially in the morning, lead to rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes that impair cognitive function and energy levels. So instead of that, for breakfast, here's what actually works. Intermittent fasting plus strategic breaking. So your body enters autophagy during fasting. You're literally cleaning out damaged cells and optimizing energy production. This process, discovered by Nobel Prize winner Yasunori Oshumi, is one of your body's most powerful regenerative mechanisms and one of your most powerful tools. When you break your fast around 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., do it with high quality proteins and fats. So, for example, 4 to 5 pasture-raised eggs cooked in butter or olive oil, half an avocado with sea salt, maybe some Greek yogurt and raw honey with some nuts. This combination provides sustained energy without the crash. It keeps your insulin level stable and maintains mental clarity through your peak work hours. While your competitors are crashing from their morning bagel, you're maintaining laser focus on during your most important business hours. Pillar 3 is athletic training and recovery. Most entrepreneurs think they don't have time to train like athletes. That's backwards thinking. Exercise science research consistently demonstrates that high-intensity, short-duration training protocols produce superior results for cognitive function compared to traditional steady-state cardio all the time. Studies on executive function show that intense physical training triggers the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which literally grows new brain cells and strengthens neural connections. Research on C-suite executives and high-performing individuals shows that those who implement athletic-style training protocols experience, on average, improved decision-making speed and accuracy, enhanced stress resilience and emotional regulation, increased sustained attention during demanding tasks, and also optimized hormone profiles, including testosterone production. This is huge. So here's the protocol. Think explosive, not exhausting all the time. 25 to 30 minutes of high intensity work like sprints, compound lifts such as deadlifts and squats, explosive movements like box jumps and medicine ball slams. You're not just building physical strength, you're upgrading your cognitive operating system. Pillar number 4 is strategic mindfulness and energy management. This isn't about sitting cross-legged in the woods chanting somewhere. This is about tactical awareness of your energy systems. Neuroscience research using MRI scans has consistently shown that meditation practice increases cortical thickness in areas associated with attention and sensory processing while reducing amygdala activity, which is your stress response center. This translates directly to improved performance under pressure. For entrepreneurs, meditation research demonstrates enhanced cognitive flexibility and creative problem solving, improved emotional regulation during high stress situations, increased ability to maintain focus during demanding tasks, also better recovery from stressful events. Here's the practical application. 10 to 15 minutes of focused breathing daily. Track your energy dips throughout the day and place strategic breaks, meals, and rest periods around these natural rhythms. Think of your body and energy as a flame. What do you do to maintain a fire? You don't just throw a stick in and hope for the best. You actively feed it, you tend to it, and you give it air to breathe. So here's the compound effect, how it all works together. Let me tell you what happened to Marcus after he started implementing this system. Week 1, he cut his caffeine dependency by 60% while maintaining energy levels. Week 3, his afternoon crashes disappeared completely. By week 6, he was closing deals during hours he used to mentally be checked out. And by month 3, he scaled his business by up to 30% while working fewer total hours. This isn't about perfection. It's about creating systems that compound. Each pillar supports the others. Strategic dopamine management improves your training intensity. Proper nutrition fuels better decision making. Athletic training increases stress resilience. Mindfulness optimizes everything. So can you see how it all comes together to make you a complete killer? My apologies for the inconvenience, my camera died, but listen guys, research on habit formation and behavioral change shows that when you stack complementary behaviors, the compound effect creates an exponential rather than linear improvement in your performance. So what's the next steps? The wild advantage. I know how challenging it could be to dial in the back end work when you have a million different things demanding your attention on the front end, your business, your relationships, and your life. That's exactly why I've dedicated my life to solving this problem for you. I help entrepreneurs and high performers dial in their lifestyle on the back end so they can burnout proof themselves and dominate in the front end, business, relationships, and life. So with that being said, here's what I've created for you. A complete 7-day high performance protocol that covers everything we discussed today. Morning rituals that only take about 15 to 25 minutes. but fuel 12 plus hours of peak performance. Complete supplementation protocols, including our breakthrough beetroot formula for enhanced blood flow and mental clarity. Full training and nutrition protocols designed for specifically busy entrepreneurs and high performers. Advanced stress management and energy optimization techniques. And also, as a bonus, strategies for maintaining peak performance in relationships and in life. This isn't theory. This is the exact system that helped Marcus, Pablo, myself, and other entrepreneurs break free from the burnout cycle and build sustainable, high-performance businesses. The choice is yours. Continue the cycle of artificial stimulation and inevitable crashes, watching your reliance on external substances grow while your natural capacity diminishes, or activate your body's innate high-performance systems and build a sustainable competitive advantage through superior physical and mental performance. That was a mouthful, right? Click the link below to get instant access to the complete 7-day protocol, plus the accompanying video course when it's released. As always, stay wild.